If you're like me, you enjoy the outdoors. You enjoy going to your local lake or park or national forest and being out there, observing nature and just being in the wilderness. The beaches, right? The ocean, going out in the ocean, seeing all the seals and fishes, right? So we love nature. Did you know that diabetes has a negative impact on not just you, but the environment? Hi everyone, my name is James Marin. I'm a holistic registered dietitian, environmental nutritionist, author, speaker, and diabetes expert. I'm here to let you know that, your motivation, and in previous videos we talked about the motivation being you, the motivation being your family, or you can have another motivation. But something that's not really talked about is the environment. When you're sick, and this could be any disease, but our focus is going to be diabetes, okay? You increase the risk of pollution in our environment. You may be thinking, how? How do I do that? Well, just hospitals. So the medical waste from hospitals alone is in the realm of 2 million tons in a year. Let me say that again. Just from the hospital waste in America alone, okay, from hospitals alone is 2 million tons in 1 year. That's needles, gloves and gowns and et cetera, right? Medical waste. Some hazardous, some not. But the idea is that when you're pricking yourself, when you have those test strips, when you have the medication in the plastic bottles, when you go to the hospital or you go to the emergency room and they use all the plastic pieces and the latex gloves, that all ends up in our landfills, okay? And you may be thinking, well, that's not a lot. Multiply that by the millions and millions of diabetics out there and the millions and millions who don't know they have diabetes. And on top of that, when you go through the holidays or you're eating badly at certain phases in your life and you end up in the emergency room, which millions of us will just in this year alone, right? So the idea is that these hazardous and even non-hazardous waste materials end up in our environment as what's called persistent organic pollutants, okay? I won't go into that in depth right now. I'm gonna make this as quick as possible, but I wanna let you know that the byproducts of these medical products that we use for our health or when we're unhealthy, right? When we're sick, that increases. And these persistent organic pollutants are endocrine disruptors, okay? And connecting the dots is diabetes is an endocrine disease, right? Our pancreas creates a hormone called insulin, okay? And that's part of our endocrine system. So you see the crazy vicious cycle that we're creating. You're unhealthy, which creates more of these pollutants, which can then make us more unhealthy, right? And not just that, we have to think of future generations. Because if we're leaving the environment polluted and unhealthy, we're creating an increased risk for future generations to develop diseases like diabetes. So it's very interesting, right? So I can talk about this all day, but I want to let you know that the environment can be your motivation to make change. It can be your motivation to start to incorporate better lifestyle practices, right? Because you can reverse your diabetes symptoms, okay? You can prevent diabetes. And at the same time, you're helping to clean up and prevent more pollution going into the environment, okay? So again, the environment is important. It's important to me. I'm sure it's important to you. If you're like me, you love the beach. And every time I go to the beach, I see more and more trash and plastic. Again, it's not always from medical waste, but medical waste is a huge contributor to the pollution in our environment, okay? And that was just in America alone, 2 million tons a year. That's not even worldwide, okay? So it's important to understand that if you love your environment, if you love nature, if you love your parks and beaches and oceans and, if you like the snow and everything, clean air, clean water, it's all affected. It all depends on us to reduce the pollution we're putting into that environment, right? And the way we do that is by being healthy, because that means less pollution going into that environment, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Share this with friends and family who maybe need this motivation. Share this with those tree huggers in your life that really haven't put, 2 and 2 together and said, oh my gosh, I didn't know this, right? I didn't know that my medical waste can turn into these persistent organic pollutants that are endocrine disruptors that can make diabetes more prevalent in the population. Okay, so share this, like the video, and again, stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more motivation, and thank you so much. Have a great day.